I said Friday the 13th, we are dealing with a tricky, maybe a little bit unlucky morning.
Oh, there you go. A lot of you have snow on the ground. Some of you haven't gotten much of anything yet. Two of us here didn't have that bad of a ride in. Two of us did have a rough ride in, Danielle.
That's because you two come in from the west. Holly and I come in from the east, me southeast. I saw a number of spin outs. I'm tracking a number of crashes right now, which I'll get to in just a moment. But Holly, you say this is kind of an all-day thing.
It is. East suburbs are definitely getting hit too, and it's been pretty consistent for those of you that are on the east side. We've got winter weather advisories that continue through 1 a.m. tomorrow. So it is going to be an all-day thing, and you'll get lulls at times, and then snows will pick up and intensify again. You can see all the counties that are highlighted under the advisory: Lorain, Cuyahoga, Medina Summit, Lake and Ashtabula and Geauga counties. So east suburbs, yep, it is still snowing, and this has been since our show started and before for that matter. So overnight while you've been asleep. Eye alerts are up at the bottom of the screen. Those scroll alphabetically by county. So we do have some new ones. West Geauga schools are closed today. That's a bigger district that has recently come in. Lake and Geauga County seeing those snow showers too. And where these snow showers are persisting, it is starting to add up as we expected. And that's where you have the slushy road conditions, where we're seeing those snows that have been very steady. Temperatures are steady. You're all in the 30s and right around that freezing point, more or less. And it's very blustery, which is another component here. Sustained winds are anywhere from, say, 20 to 30, and wind gusts are as high as 35 plus in spots. So you combine that with snow coming down and blowing and drifting snow and sideways snow, and that makes for some tough travel. Plus, of course, wind chills are obviously an issue with winds like that. We're seeing chills in the teens to around 20. So it definitely has that colder vibe today. Next several hours, we continue with snow chances. That'll be through mid to late morning and even into the afternoon. So think about those lunch plans. Think about commutes home, because it will have snowed through the majority of the day for a lot of you. So this is going to be an evolving situation that we continue to track. And we are tracking your drive. Here's a check.
Traffic is brought to you by reliable snow plowing specialists. Visit us now at snowfighterswanted.com for more information and to become a snow fighter.
Time is now 6:03, and for those of you who are not getting a snow day today and you got to go to work or school, let's take a look. Live look, 271 at Cedar Road in Beechwood. As you can see, local and express lanes, they are snow covered. You are getting by through those middle lanes, slick driving conditions, and I am tracking a crash on 271. In fact, we're seeing it 271 northbound at US 422, or pretty much between Rockside Road and 422. That's between Bedford Heights and Warrensville Heights. So you're seeing slow traffic 271 north and southbound through this area, as well as 422 eastbound as you are headed towards Solon. Your drive times right now, 271 north between 422 and I-90, 17 minutes. Heading south, 15. That's typically a 12-minute commute, but take a look at those average speeds. 43 miles per hour, 50 miles per hour. It's usually about 60, 65 mile per hour speed there. So please just slow it down. And speaking of slow, Dave, in Lake County, we have reduced speeds on 90 between 44 and 528, reduced to 50 miles per hour.
Yeah, like you said, just take it slow. Be careful this morning, please. All right, well, let's get outside now, right? Because if you're traveling or commuting this morning, know that ODOT is out there in full force trying to clean up the roads.
Yeah, I saw a couple trucks on my way in. We've been seeing them out on the roads as we've been taking live looks. And Lindsay Buckingham is now joining us live for a look at these conditions. And I know previously you were in Lake County. Where exactly are you right now?
We're in Concord. Good morning to you guys. You know, we've seen all kinds of snow. We're seeing the snow change a little bit. Right now, that's a little bit more flurries, kind of ice crystal-like. The traffic, though, on 90 is moving very smoothly, and that's because, as you mentioned, Maureen, a lot of ODOT trucks are out, and they are salting those roads. You can see it's making a big difference here on 90 East. 285 trucks to be exact. They started at midnight. Now they're hitting almost all the counties near Northeast Ohio, but not all of them, because it's not quite as widespread as it was back in December, right before Christmas, when we saw that big storm. However, ODOT trucks are out there, and they are working very hard to stay ahead of that snow.
One thing about our operations that we normally like to do before a storm comes in is do some pre-treating. But unfortunately, this event has come in as rain, and that has prevented us from doing any pre-treating ahead of this event. But we're going to have 285 snowplows operating in Northeast Ohio, and they're ready to push that snow no matter how much they get.
All right, and again, we are in Concord in Lake County. I've talked about the snow chains. As you can see, it is kind of building up. It's still packable, but if I stick my hand here, I would say it's about 2 inches deep. So ever-changing snow, and that means you still want to take it slow on the roads. It's still quite slick out there, even though the roads are clear. And you can obviously tell ODOT is working hard. This is just from this morning, Maureen, this big snow mount here. Lots of trucks going by, so make sure you give them plenty of room if you do, in fact, have to get on the roads for travel.
Yeah, and you can see just how solid that snow is when you kicked it. I mean, you can see where it is going to get icy and slick. So thank you so much for that visual, Lindsay.
Absolutely.
We'll check back in with you. Be safe. And we are getting closings in this morning. You can get them sent straight to your phone. All you have to do is text closings to 216-344-3300. Remember, that is a text, not a call.